Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. I think I'm going to get a little aggressive here. I was looking at this vampire situation, and I think that I'm going to leave Oakenhammer undefended. I don't know where the vampire armies are. We have to assume they have several, right? They're showing up pretty high on the power rankings. But I think it's worth our time to go and grab Carrick Dromar before anybody can show up to reinforce it. With this army, we can easily wipe a force of 7 garrison units. It shouldn't be a problem at all. So let's do this. In part, I want to just try to put our province together here. I want to solidify the province of Jufbar. Jufbar is one of our objective provinces, I believe. That's just extremely not the button I wanted. There we go, that's the one. Yeah, Jufbar is one of our objective provinces, and there's some kind of landmark building here. This location is of special importance to the Dwarf Realms, having something to do with Dragonfire Pass, I imagine, so... yeah, let's go see what that is. If the vampires retake Oakenhammer because they had an army, like, waiting at Castle Templehof or something, so be it. We'll take it back, you know? You spent all your movement... Okay. This engineer may not be able to rejoin us before the battle, that's fine. Do I have anything else that I need to do? You used all your movement, well, as much as I want to use. What about this army?
My anger burns bright.
Alright, let's take a quick look. Where are the Bloody Spears ranking in terms of power? Okay, pretty weak, actually. So that Savage Orc army could turn around and come back at us, but I think I'm gonna march this army. One of the nice things about the Badlands is it really doesn't take that long to get across all of it. Marching on flatland is pretty easy. We're just gonna run over here and be ready to assist the attack on Iron Rock. And if something does come at us from the fog here, we know we can single turn march move all the way back to the Carrick, so we're fine. Everything's fine. We have no money to speak of, so no upgrades to do. Let's just keep moving forward. We're almost back at 300 Oath Gold. Oh right, yeah, this guy has... I totally forgot about him. I was like, what is it zooming all the way to the north for? What could possibly be happening? I assume this is only important to humans. We can't even get the tooltip here. Probably it would not benefit us to take Kislev. Actually, for a number of reasons, because I don't want to have to deal with all of the nonsense coming down from the north. We are going to have to go up there at some point. We have objectives, campaign objectives, to wipe out the 2 major Norska factions, as well as, of course, to control the Giant Home Mountains. That is a post-vampire problem. I don't know that we're going to wipe the vampires out, but we're certainly going to carve out a lot of their holdings. We need to take the Eastern Province, as much as it is not really well suited to dwarf living. It has a gold mine, so we got to take it. And then I honestly might just burn the rest of their country down. Raise the whole thing, let the humans fill it in afterward. It doesn't necessarily benefit us to have a bunch of unsuitable provinces. I mean, in every one of them, though, we can put up money buildings. You know, just get like a refectory or 2 to deal with the, Oh, they're encamping. That's interesting. Get a refectory or 2 to deal with the extra, unhappiness. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that stuff works out when we actually start taking those settlements. I don't think it's something we need to worry about at the moment. It is kind of a bummer, though, that once you've taken a settlement, there's no option to just pack up and leave. You either raise it right away, or you inhabit it right away. Oh, a Slayer Ward. And also a Teller of Tales for Grombrindle. And a Dwarven Tattooist for Grombrindle. Those are both actually really good followers. I don't know where all these dwarves are coming from. I guess they're forest dwarves. They've been living out in this enchanted forest. The second they see a friendly dwarven force, they just run to it. Alright, let's level you up a little bit. Yes, campaign map movement for all characters everywhere. What an incredibly good skill. This guy is great. Okay, we could march on these fools.
This is impudence.
What does the garrison here look like? Bats, zombies, and skeletons. Wow. We could totally march on these fools. Okay, hold on. Let's save that for the end of the turn. That is a thing that we like totally might be able to take. Because his army's not in great shape. But our ranged units are in pretty good shape. Do I have a... I have Regiments of Renown I could just throw into this army real fast as we run over there. Okay, that is a thing to think about. We are not quite... Wow. It is very expensive to move through this pass. Well, we could underway over there. I'm a little concerned. Like, here's what I'm thinking. I'd like to stay on our side of the line to be able to get another another turn of replenishment, but I'm a little worried about maybe not actually having the move to get over there next turn, given how abbreviated our movement ability seems to be through this pass. Oh, we formally met Carrick Hearn. Sorry, did I not know Carrick Hearn before? Okay, expect our attitude, their attitude toward us to trend up sharply. They really like all of this murder that we're doing. Yeah, I guess that's where you're staying. We should probably try to have you catch up, I guess. Or I could use you as a scout. No, the increased mobility thing is valuable.
Forwards.
Get up here. Catch up as quickly as you can. I'm not going to spend any money in Oakenhammer just yet. Let's do this. So these guys have been successfully recruiting, but they're recruiting almost entirely cavalry units, which will not be able to participate in a wall assault. At some point, the AI is going to realize that you can just open the gates and have your cavalry run out, and when that happens, we're going to have to really seriously reevaluate our strategies. But for right now, let's do the thing that we keep doing. Okay, yeah. You can make it with a normal move, so let's get right up to the edge of the circle.
The Slayer in me seeks death. Attack them.
The Slayer in me seeks to own Iron Rock. So the settlement garrison has some biggins, some boar boys. Well, there's actually a serious dearth of infantry between these two armies, huh? Like, almost everything is ranged in cavalry, which is very bad for them. They need infantry to be able to fight our infantry. It is worth noting that this army, I had not realized, but this army is Grimgor Ironhide's army. He's back, and he's probably mad. Too bad? You know what? I don't know how this works. If I had realized this was Ungrim Ironhide's army... Ungrim. I keep doing it. Everybody's names are so similar. If I had realized this was Grimgor Ironhide's army, maybe I should have led the attack with the other army. Because I don't know if he will get the defeated Grimgor Ironhide trait for being a reinforcement in a battle where Grimgor is defeated. I'm not sure if it's only the initiating army or what. I guess we'll find out here. That'll be information that we have for the future. And I apologize if this maybe is going to feel a little familiar, but the strategy we're using keeps working. The Greenskins are not able to figure out a counter to it. There's so much cavalry. The fact is, we're going to take the walls from them really, really easily this time. I expect probably here we are going to see a lot more of them hanging back at the actual victory point than we have previously. It's going to look a little bit more like what the vampires did. But that's actually not that great for them, right? Because don't we have 6 catapults? Or this army might be 2 catapults and a cannon. Whatever, we have at least 5 units of catapults. Once we take the gate, we can just roll our catapults to right here and bombard the city center. I guess they have their own catapult to fight back a very small amount. This is going to be a massacre. We didn't need 2 armies for this, probably. Now, unfortunately, we do know from the diplomacy screen that the Greenskins have, like, 11 settlements or something, so after we break this down, we're still going to be at war with them for, like, all of forever. By the way, I did flip through our objective provinces again, and there is one to this, like, directly to the south of Black Crag. So we do need to just keep heading south anyway. I'm gonna hope that we don't have to get too involved in the Badlands because it seems like a terrible place to be. Alright, so reinforcements are coming in here. They're gonna be vulnerable to a lot of the towers. Well, we just gotta take the walls quickly. What is... We put some kind of giant banners up, and this is embarrassing. Do you know how long it took? How many stonemasons it must have taken to carve these awesome giant dwarf heads, and they're just like slathering white paint and taping wood to them, and... Ugh. It's a travesty, I tell you. So we could try to go in this way instead, so that we have more of a direct shot. I think I like that. Even though our backup is going to come in sort of on the left half of the field, only slightly on the left half of the field. I think I want to attack from the right here, so that we're closer to the city center. So, same corner nonsense that we've been pulling for the entire game. It just keeps working. So all of the good wall climbers up front. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit more fire here because it's going to take us longer to get to the wall. It's probably fine. The ranged units will follow behind a little bit. The Slayers will follow even further behind. And I guess the Great Weapon Longbeards will be with them because the Great Weapon Longbeards are not shielded. Oh yeah, and then the characters. The characters should probably not be by themselves. Honestly, these two are both tough enough that I think if the enemy towers are shooting at our characters instead of our army, that's a good thing. Alright, so all of you guys. Somehow I like the fact that you can click on a unit and shift-click on another unit, and it will try to grab all the things in between them. It doesn't always do a great job, but you guys are going first. We're going to let everybody else have a minute before we tell them to move, because the Slayers are faster than the rest of our units, and the range just need to not be in front. Wow, look at the depth of the wall here. Well, this is already not going that well for them. Right, the ranged can move up to here. You guys can start moving up, but don't run all the way yet. And then I gotta grab this whole group of dudes, and I don't even know what to tell you, just like, get over here and we'll figure it out later. Wow, that is a wide formation. Holy crap. Yeah, get over like this. I'm gonna tell the catapults to set up, like, hereabouts. That's probably fine. Just sort of intermingle with the other catapults, you know. Do what you do. Okay, we're actually getting close to the walls now. It's time to figure this out. My computer is choking on this a little bit, you can tell. Listen, I would not say that I have a weak machine, but this is just a lot. It's a lot to handle. So, walls. We have three sections of wall that are scalable here, so we'll just have 3 of units go to each of them. I think I don't want to put Ungram up on the wall first. In fact, I'm gonna have both of these guys just like run to here. Don't run directly in front of that tower, probably. Although it's interesting to note they haven't bothered to take command of that tower. That's kind of a weird thing for them to have decided not to bother with. Yeah, and everybody just, like, run as fast as you can, get over here to the part of the wall where we are going to own the towers. And hold on a second, this is maybe slightly unprofessional, but I'm gonna close some stuff here. I guess I didn't close everything before starting recording. There we go, that should free up some resources. Okay. Get to it, oof. That catapult. Did I not give you guys orders? Oh, it turned, okay. I see what's happening. Only one unit will actually follow the lay up a ladder order, and then once the ladders are laid, I can command everybody onto them. Okay. Start climbing. Alright, so right now the wall is basically being held by half a unit of archers and this one goblin big boss. So far, it's going alright for him. We haven't actually managed to hit him directly with a huge rock, so... Alright, get up there, everybody. So see, at this point, if they were smart, they would probably start to run cavalry out, and like they could make some moves here. Alright, get forward. How's this stuff going? Like, make the run quickly. The catapults are... Yeah, the catapults will get over there eventually. Once we have control of this part of the wall, we can just roll our catapults up to where they have a nice clean shot into the town center. Alright, the Goblin Big Boss is doing an okay job so far against a bunch of random warriors. Oh, that's right, this Rune Lord... I was about to say, oh shoot, I should have been running my Rune Lord buff, but this Rune Lord actually doesn't have... his buff yet. Okay, so let's see. We have this tower. We are fighting for control of that tower. We're getting close. This tower's not going so well for them. They're paying a heavy price for trying to man that. And, yeah, our units haven't taken too much damage on the approach. We probably don't actually have to have everybody go up over the walls. At some point, it's going to make more sense for us to just go to the gate, probably. Although, if I go to the gate, we're immediately talking about engaging their cavalry, probably, so maybe this is the smarter thing to do. They're slowly losing control of the tower. Can we see at all our Rune Lord fighting this goblin? It's kind of a mess up here on the wall. Alright, I think he hit him there, possibly. There's just so many bodies. It's hard to tell what's happening. So yeah, this is going embarrassingly badly for them. They were not prepared for the catapults, which seems crazy. We probably don't need to try to crowd any more bodies up the wall here, but we've carved ourselves a nice little safe pocket where they have no tower control, so this is where everybody's going to stand until we resolve things. Yeah, all we need to do is... Oh, can we get some archers close enough to deal with that? Try to do this. We might be able to fire over the wall and start hitting them inside. Yeah, the quarrelers over here are firing over the wall successfully, so that's good. Getting some early damage. They just... So much of their army is cavalry. Like, it's crazy. This is a bad design for an army. You and you could maybe be helping out with that. The gunners just have no play until they can get up the wall. Alright, get in line. Start heading up that wall. Okay. Goblins do not fare well against arrows. Oh, sorry, these are orcs. Orcs fare a little bit better against arrows, but I expect this to resolve very quickly. Alright, so we've got control of this portion of the wall. I'm gonna grab a couple of our warrior units and move them over here and grab this portion of the wall, and once we've cleared this tower, I think it'll be safe to move our artillery over and get to the other business. Because there's not really much reason for us to walk in here, right? We're continuing to take fire from their catapult. At some point, they're just going to run out of ammo, and that's going to be considerably before they've done any meaningful damage to our army. Okay, they're throwing stuff up on the wall to mess with us. It's not really going to work that well. Yeah, this is just sad. Okay, they do have Biggins coming in. That's like a real unit. I wish we had magic. I wish we had any spells. We could, by this point, have developed spells. Losing that Rune Lord early hurt. I guess actually you should probably keep working dudes on the walls here. We should direct these guys more specifically. Try to take down those Biggins, because those Biggins are all that are keeping us off of this tower. And as soon as we have this tower, the part of the battle that really favors us can start in earnest. Okay, we're freaking out. Apparently that's a very difficult order to comprehend. But to be perfectly honest, our troops can just stand here and eat archer fire for quite a while. Their archers really don't do that much damage. And they're firing into shields. Almost all of our units are shielded. Alright. Let's group up the artillery. They will probably be firing in unison for the most part. And yeah, let's... This is gonna... Okay, I want to watch this happen. This is gonna be really something. Jesus, look at that. Completely broke 2 units of archers in a single volley. It's a lot of catapults. Right, we still have a lot of stuff going on over here. Okay, this is starting to look pretty good. Let's... These 3 units forward. Did we kill their big boss, or did we just send... Okay, we just sent him running. He is still alive. Yeah, these guys just don't... They don't have what it takes tactically, man. They are not able to figure out this wall thing. Yes, hurry. Drang them. Listen, I know some Kazalid. I know what that means. I think. It's a good thing. It's good if we drain them. It's not good for them, obviously, but it's good for us. We're about to run out of arrows, actually. You can see the bottom bar is the ammunition bar. We're starting to see... Okay, these ones over here still have a lot. These guys have just been blind firing over the wall for the entire battle. Also, like I said, at some point, I don't think we get to see their ammo bar. Where's their catapult unit? It's here. Yeah, we don't get to see their ammo bar, so I don't know how much ammo they have left, but the fact that their catapult crew is running forward and has unmanned the catapults, I think gives us some idea. Alright, let's grab a couple more units of fighters. Try to get over here. Because we're starting to suffer some attrition. Just the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass are doing their best. I'm actually going to see if I can back them off. You guys get out of here? Because you're doing a great job. You're really staying in there. Really doing work. But also, I'm terrified that you are going to die. Okay, our catapults are getting all confused. Give me some shots into the top of the wall. This is the problem with manually targeting, is that once they lose that manual target, they tend to get really confused. As soon as we can take this tower. There we go. Seeing some proper braking happening now. And some of those units are actually just, like, dead, right? There's nobody left in this unit of Arab boys. Come on, just get in there. Obviously, I don't want to surrender the part of the wall that we're holding now, so it's important that we keep troops up here, because otherwise we're gonna get flanked and stuff. You guys should get in there and fight those biggins. Okay, we're starting to actually move into the control area of the tower. In there, mess those guys up. Are the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass routed? That's fine. It's fine. They routed while there were some of them still alive. They get to live to fight another day. Obviously, you never totally lose a regiment of renown, but I'd like it if I didn't have to wait a bunch of turns before summoning them like the miners. Come on, just get control. It's a unit of biggins. But we do have support, arrow fire. We do have a lot of units on them. This should be something we can do. We're wearing them down. It's a matter of time. We're close enough that I'm gonna start moving the catapults. Now, some of our catapults are actually out of ammo already. That's gotta be more like this, right? I'm a little worried about this tower. We want to make sure that we're not in that range. But yeah, like this, we should be able to get the shots. Actually, you know what we probably ought to do is stack them a little deeper. Can I do that? Will they? No. Well, try to do this in a position where they don't have to run too much, though. They'll have range from there, I'm sure. Over here and back these guys up because they are starting to get a little weakened. Okay, there's this thing here indicates that there is now fight for the tower. Alright, the tower's just about as that became important. We probably fast forward this part. Probably don't need a lot of manual handling. Oh, hold on. Ogrim has decided... No, it's the Runesmith. The Runesmith has decided he's just gonna run... Oh, God. Get back up the wall, you huge idiot. Runesmith has decided he's just gonna run down there by himself. He's gonna get attacked by all of that cavalry. Can he climb back up the inside of the wall? I'm not... you can definitely climb up the inside of the wall, because that's how they get up. So I assume that there's a staircase here. Yeah, see, they get up there. He is totally going to get himself killed. Oh, yeah, you can see, like I said, just a bunch of dudes really grouping up here. Try to get Thunderers into position. Any archer who still has ammo needs to get on the wall. Right across, there's no reason we need to endure that fire. I guess close enough? Oh yeah, we're more than close enough. I would prefer to not manually target them, because again, I hate the way they will turn. With guard mode, they won't run to follow a target, but they'll still turn really awkwardly. Alright, y'all, start up. This should really be something. So artillery weapons obviously inflict a lot of damage. They also inflict additional morale damage, additional leadership damage, above and beyond what the amount of damage they deal would normally inflict. So what I'm hoping to see here is a mass rout where dudes just panic and run off the backside of the map like this. Oh, no, they stopped. They stopped. They're not going to leave. Well, even if that doesn't happen, and they do make us actually come in here and fight them, yeah, our Runesmith is getting his ass handed to him, just like I thought he would. Notice nobody else ran down off the wall. Everybody else was able to maintain some kind of discipline. I just have to hope he doesn't actually die. It looks like he's going to be the only person in the gate control area, so he will probably be able to open the gate. Okay, the ranged units are getting into position. Try to make sure that these catapults that have a lot of ammo are actually firing. Yep, he's able to open the gate for himself. And as soon as he got out there, he rallied. Dude, get the hell out of there. Don't hold the door open. Just go hide by the rest of the army, you big idiot. And the catapults are not, they're not, like, really just raining death the way I was thinking they would. Are they... They're not mostly even aiming, it looks like. Right, I don't see aiming lanes from all of them. Yeah, only 2 of them are currently in firing mode. What is your problem? Shoot projectiles into the walls. You guys. Okay. I think we're pretty close to the point where it makes sense to just go open the gate proper and let everybody else through. They got cavalry, but it's pretty messed up. Our ranged units are all in position here. Yeah, in kill alley. Put dwarf warriors on the wall just to be in a position to guard the ranged against anything running up to fight them. Everybody who's not this idiot, get over here in front of the door and get ready. This dude, you're in catapult duty. Go guard the catapults. Okay, you can see our Quarrelers are taking their shots where they can find them. We've done some real work in here. Get down in front of the gate and take control of it and let everybody in. Yeah, we managed to effectively make this a battle where we had a massive numbers advantage, despite the fact that we don't actually have a numbers advantage, I think. Just by severely restricting what of theirs could actually fight at any time.
Strike out! Go!
Right, we have the gate, right? Yeah, okay. And we have a lot of real basic-ass units here. We could just jump down off the wall and give it to them. Yeah, let's do it. Everybody down. Wait, what did I select that was over here? So yeah, they're going to run forward to meet our units, and as soon as they do, they're in range of all of these ranged units.
Attack the Alps!
This is the guy who has the buff.
Axes out!
Alright, do it, everybody. You guys can actually probably stay back. Why don't you back out? You all get in on these trolls, hit them from both sides. These squirrelers still have ammo. I'm sure I ordered them to move forward at some point, but I can't imagine why. You guys get down off the wall and flank the trolls. No reason for anybody to be not actively either killing somebody from the front or killing somebody from the back. Part of our army... Okay, that's going to end pretty quickly. Part of our army comes up through here, the rest of it pushes forward, and we still have all of this ranged fire happening. This kill box thing is bad for them. This fortification didn't work out the way they were hoping it would. Alright, those trolls are dying. These trolls are... Oh, these trolls are already in full retreat.
Nothing can stop us!
Those guys were just running away. They formally, permanently broke as soon as they saw the wave of dwarves running up the alley there. Alright, that was a fun battle. It was a long one, but I enjoyed it. Could have been played faster, probably. So losses, relatively minor, and Grimgor Ironhide's entire army is destroyed again. I'll tell you what, if I'm down here, if I'm playing orcs, and I'm down here in the Badlands Bowl, just having to take comers on all sides, I would probably go very, very light on the Goblin Cavalry. Seems like they've been trying to do more like Boar Boy Biggins, and those are great anti-cavalry because they're anti-large. So if the enemy is using a lot of normal Boar Boys or something, I can see where that comes from, but I don't get all of the Goblin Wolf Riders. Like, what are they supposed to accomplish? They can't beat orcs in a fight, and they can't beat dwarves in a fight, so what are they for? I guess they beat other goblins, probably. Like, if your ranged force is heavily made up of Night Goblin archers, then Goblin Wolf Riders would actually be very scary to you, because they probably flank and devour a group of Goblin archers very quickly. This is part of the problem. I think these greenskins are spending too much time fighting each other, and they're not really prepared for us. Look at this. Hundreds of kills for each unit of catapults. Almost hundreds. Hundreds expressed as a fraction. It was 1 and 7/10. That has an S at the end. Hundreds. Our Rune Lord is still alive, so that's good. He's going to need to take a little break the next couple of battles. Unfortunately, I don't think he really benefits from most of our bonus replenishment tech. He's only going to replenish as quickly as a unit of warriors in this army, so it's going to be a few turns for him. All of our units of Slayers should be back to full next turn. We gotta rebalance this army. It has way too many warriors and not enough Slayers, considering all of Ungrim's buffs. We just haven't been in a place where we could recruit Slayers for a while. Also, our economy's been very strange. There were definitely turns where we could have afforded to remodel an army, but a lot of our turns we have, less than 1,000 gold in the bank. Also, I may have underestimated the damage that their catapult was going to deal. It is responsible for a third of their army's total kills. A third of the combined kills of both armies. It did alright. It did some work. It maybe would have benefited, or the army as a whole would maybe have benefited from this thing focusing on our siege weapons a little bit. But maybe I was too far away. They had plenty of time. They could have wheeled their catapult up to the front. It does seem like the first load out of battle back to the map every episode is super long, and I have no idea why. Especially since right before I started recording, I finished loading into the map, right? All that, I don't know. I don't know how the loading system works. I'm not going to pretend that I know what was in memory and what wasn't. Also, the Grumbling Guard here, 145 kills. These numbers are slightly different than what we were seeing. I guess, all the troops that lived and retreated, I guess got counted as kills now and have been split up over our army. Alright, we could take a bunch of money by doing a loot and occupy, but I don't actually want to damage the buildings here. And I don't want to crash public order. Okay, Ungrim's... So I guess this is just him personally. He gets extra leadership when laying siege. Not a terribly useful trait. Got a powder maker, which is not super important. We should actually have a look at what he has equipped. Anvil of Doom. Huh. Well, as much as I want to really focus on getting our runes going here, we should take this, right? I don't know what this is. It's got to be cool. Okay, it gives a skill. Which I cannot see. Here we go. Map-wide 15% magic resistance for the whole... Wow, that's not bad. That's not great, I guess, but it's not bad. At some point, we're going to be fighting enemies that employ more magic, probably. And at that point, it will be more relevant. Okay, we need to put one more skill point in here somewhere, so... A small buff for warriors and miners. We're hoping to eventually get away from those units. Plus leadership during subterranean battles doesn't really happen a lot, so I guess if we're moving toward rally, we're going to have to take a point of obstinacy. That's fine. I like the idea that the dwarves are too obstinate to get tired. They look at the lactic acid buildup in their muscles and they're like, no, 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 no. Nobody wants you here. Okay, so what's our special building? The Deep Magma Caverns, 400 income and a ton of carved obsidian. Okay, that is a luxury resource that, trade resource that I believe we do not currently have access to. So that's pretty cool. And it's not really that expensive. And it only requires iron rock to be level 3. Ooh, growth here is very slow, though. We should probably do something about that, right? I'm gonna cut this. And maybe this one as well? Ah, that's a lot of money. We need growth. Let's see.
My Slayer oath.
It's going to take like 2 turns for our army to really be in good fighting shape here. Plum Gunnison's army is going to take even longer. I kind of want to just push on to Black Crag and get the gold mine, right? They have a 19-unit garrison. What does it look like? A lot of black orcs, some boar boys, but like this wall thing will be a lot less effective here because they have a bunch of really powerful infantry to defend the walls. We gotta try it, though, before they can rebuild. Where are they ranking currently on strength? Considerably below us. We have probably about 3 armies worth of units spread over our 4 armies. So they probably, I'm guessing from that balance of power bar, they have like 1 full stack somewhere, in addition to this one that is now recruiting, maybe?
Ready.
So yeah, we definitely want to put pressure on them. Yeah, we got to keep going. Okay. Encampment stance, which would give us a little bit of extra replenishment, is not available to us because we are at 49% movement range. Ah, you're killing me. Alright, just full move then. I'm abandoning the north for a moment, hoping that it won't be a problem. Did Carrot Cadron finish? Nope. Did not finish upgrading yet. Well, that's probably what we're saving a lot of our money for. Because as soon as Carrot Cadron upgrades, we're going to have access to some good stuff. Let's see. It'll be level 4, which means we could build an engineer's workshop. Allows the recruitment of Iron Drakes, Orkin Guns, and Gyrocopters. So we'll have to upgrade this building the rest of the way, but... Iron Drakes are straight-up flamethrower guys. You know, I've fought dwarf armies. Have I ever seen them use flamethrowers? Okay, so we're building one of these. That's going to be 7,500 gold. And then this upgrade is also 7,500 gold. Probably worth getting. And then we get another tech building of some kind, or like a Hall of Oaths, maybe? Giving us access to hammerers, although we need a forge. I don't know. The point is we're going to need a ton of money in 2 turns to take advantage of the Carrot Cadron thing, so probably we should take it easy on spending for now. Alright, are we going to go for this?
The dwarfs need me.
I don't know what's in his army. Oh hey, it's Richmond! He doesn't really look that much like Noel Fielding.
It is time.
Our army's in pretty good shape. If we go after this and we fail, that's going to be embarrassing. We'll lose Waldenhof for sure. We might lose Waldenhof just by leaving it, right? It's going to be a minus 23 public order. We're definitely going to have rebellion soon. I can't not, though, right? I have to. We have to go over here and wreak as much havoc as humanly possible. As dwarfenly possible. Let's do it. Let's kill them all. Okay, so it is a unit of crypt ghouls, which are... they're okay. They're not very tough, but they inflict poison. Unit of zombies that I don't care about. A unit of black knights, an actual danger. Although if we can catch them with our longbeards, we'll probably be okay. And then a corpse cart, which is giving everybody that, and also... it itself has regeneration, but I guess maybe it doesn't regenerate everybody? I thought that these things had a regeneration aura that they bestowed on everybody else. Is this aura really just 5 attack, 5 defense? Huh. Okay, we can do this. I feel confident we can do this. They have a lot of bad units. The only thing I'm really worried about at all is that group of Black Knights. And I guess a vampire is scary, but vampires do not have unlimited leadership. If we can shred the rest of the army, the vampire is going to be a lot less frightening. Although I do believe it is the case that a vampire could probably kill most of us. The key is to make him not want to fight. Then you don't have to worry about whether or not he can. We're going to be a little bit careful with Grombrindle because he is really taking a lot of damage, and he is not healing quickly. He's certainly no Ungrim Iron Fist. So I think the most important thing here is cannon fire at the Black Knights. We got to keep the Black Knights in the arc of the cannons. We just got to really let them have it. If we can weaken that group of this group of large entities before it gets close to us, that's the battle. These Black Knights are the battle. Also, I got to keep bats out of my siege weapons. So, bad news, I don't get to... Huh. Did anybody else see like a flicker at the top of the screen? Maybe that was... I don't know, maybe that didn't come through on the recording. So we gotta have a pretty direct shot. I'm a little worried about this terrain being all hilly like this. Where's gonna be the best place to set up? I guess on top of the hill. I'm a little worried about them being able to use the incline of the hill. Yeah, see, there's definitely some weird lighting stuff going on in the background. I don't know. Also, is that water out there? We are nowhere near the shore. I don't know. Hey, SB, stop getting distracted.
Cannon!
Let's put the cannons. This is gonna be tough. I can try to set up over here, but then they can hide. I do not like the sight lines in this area. Honestly, the cannons are maybe fine where they are. The catapults can be set up. I'm gonna put the catapult back a little bit so I can move the cannons over. I'm just thinking like a tall formation maybe makes more sense here. Now we're probably fine where we are. There's nowhere that the terrain isn't going to be a little bit of a problem. If we come to the front, it's a little bit less bad. Although, maybe we want to move over a little bit here. Right, the sightlines are... See, this is what I'm worried about. We're not going to be able to see stuff that's down there. We could back all the way up, but no, the hill is... Yeah, this is just crappy. What if we... Okay, what if we do it from over here? We can get a much better line this way. I gotta direct us like that. They can still use the lee of the hill to attack us a little bit, but... we should probably turn a little bit more. Yeah, that's... If they come up the hill, that could be a problem, but we'll have time to react to that. We should probably put these guys not in front of the cannons. The Quarrelers can do their thing from behind. These units are probably going to have to wing out a little bit. And then Longbeards over here, ready to run up in front and block. Slayers and Grombrindle nearby. This is not totally ideal. Listen, I'm not going to try to tell you that we have a lot of physical toughness here. Alright, let's do it.
For the High King.
Alright. Well, the initial cannon volley is a little focused on the wrong target, although decent damage at least. What on earth are you guys doing? Stop walking and start shooting. They are not even kind of trying to follow orders. Look, they're up. They're totally visible. That is an angle you can hit. It's not ideal, but start shooting or we're all gonna die. Okay, they're turning to put the enemy. Okay, here we go. Finally.
Move now for the ancestor gods.
There we go. Look at that.
Fires. Back out. Fast as you're able.
What on earth are why are they turning so much? These things are just running back and forth, completely inside their cone, and they're just turning erratically. Alright, just
Vengeance! Right! Fire! Reload! Fire! Strike out! Stove!
see if they'll let us just grab them and hold them in place a little bit. Oh wow, that fireball did some work. Alright, here we go. So they're in the cannon crew. That's actually totally fine. The cannon crew is much less valuable at this point than the catapult crew or any of our other ranged. Because they did the one thing that I really, really needed them to do. Now, it's mostly an issue of fighting some extremely bad units with, admittedly, units that are not totally ideal to be fighting stuff with. One of these Slayer units is actually very healthy, though. This makes everybody unbreakable. Take that easy. This gives you a ton of damage. We gotta be careful to use Grombrindle as a flanker, mostly.
Bring utter ruin on them all.
Come on. Their leadership is really low, so they should be crumbling quickly here.
The white dwarf. Right. Get him! For Kara's encore.
I don't love this, but get in there and do something. Okay, they're crumbling, but they're not crumbling fast enough. Boy, we might not get this. Could you... Sorry, you. Go into melee mode and handle this, please. I'm going to turn these archers. I know that this is an area of some import, but we gotta outnumber these things. So turn and support those slayers. If we can burn the unit of crypt ghouls down, that's like definitely the most valuable of the actual foot slogging fighting units that they have. Alright, they're retreating to find an angle to flank from, but they're gonna crumble before they get too much done on that.
Thunderous! Grudge thrower! Cannon!
This other unit of cannons could be doing something. Could be helping.
As you say!
Hey, he didn't shoot his... Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. That is one. Now the Quarrelers need to start shooting over here. We gotta redirect these Slayers to get a flank on these guys. Okay, hold up. What else is going on? Somehow, despite the fact that these things are still actively crumbling, they're just not actually taking any damage from anything. I turn off melee mode. Finish this. Ugh. Oh, could you get back to your cannons, maybe? Yeah, go grab your cannon again. It would be really helpful to me if you were on your cannon. Okay, yeah, you can see the horses are actually just, like, falling apart.
For mountain and home!
Okay, there we go. That's dealt with.
Take him!
Now get those guys.
Yes, men! This takes me back! I'm unstoppable!
Rumbigle is dangerous, but he's gotta hit stuff from the back mostly.
Cannon!
Yep, keep firing, doing what you can. There's a vampire in the range, but I don't have anybody who can do anything about it. Okay, the bats are mostly dead. These Quarrelers, who are Thunderers, who I ordered to attack these bats, just absolutely not paying attention, not interested in their orders at all. Shoot this vampire. We shot a vampire with guns a lot recently, and it seemed to work pretty well, so let's see if we can continue that. Catapults are still in charge. I'm going to see if I can back the cannons up a little bit, maybe? Because I think they're already not firing down into that melee, so let's see if we can back them up a little bit, and they can shoot into this nonsense. I'm gonna hit this Grombrindle has no fear thing. This will buff everybody to make them unbreakable. Those cannon crews are just going to have to stand there and take it. And we're going to shoot a fireball into these guys. Just make stuff happen. Do things. Kill everybody. Boy, their leadership is going up. Okay, now it's going back down. I don't know what's going on here. Kill bats. I kind of want the Quarrelers to stand here and keep... Oh, hold on. Let's back them up. The Thunderers are ready. They can't shoot because of the angle. But if we can just back up a little bit for a second here. Fire! Fire! Open fire! There you go. That's how you kill a vampire. Turns out gunpowder will solve pretty much anything. What is this? Why is there a cannon guy? Okay, well... Start shooting.
This won't misfire! For the ancestor gods! Fire on the foe!
Alright, we crumbled all those guys. Wow, the last ones are still crumbling. We're getting it, we're getting it. So now we'll fall in on the backside of this group, which should, yeah, destroy their leadership pretty much immediately. Finish those bats, for the love of Christ. The grudge throwers retarget over here. The vampire is straight losing. We've worn him down, I think. That one group of cannon dwarves is actually, like, really getting in there. Well, they're sort of just standing around awkwardly. I guess standing around awkwardly is a good enough strategy when the enemy is zombies. We are actually going to win. Slayers in. Guys, one of you groups of Slayers can stay here. Keep fighting at them. Vampire is actually about to die. We totally win. Wow. Holy crap, did you see how much blood that was? Okay. Listen, I thought that was going to go a little better than it went, but the point is we won. Close victory indeed. So we lost over half of our army. It looks like probably this unit of Slayers was totally wiped out. We might actually keep the other units. The Longbeards might have taken enough damage that their unit will also cease to exist. And the thing is, I don't think I even want to keep Essen. I think we're going to raise it and then just bail. Head back to Drakenhof and see if we can hold that instead. But every bit of damage we do to the vampires is important, and if we raise this settlement, there's a pretty good chance that one of the Empire powers will come forward and settle it for us. And honestly, fighting vampires is about as good for money as, wow, there's not even any money to be gained here. Just burn this crap to the ground. Oh, we got a magic resist talisman.
You know who I am?
Okay, so yeah, we did lose that unit of Longbeards as well as that unit of Slayers. We had to fall back to Waldenhof at the very least, maybe all the way back to Cadron. If we allow a rebellion to spawn at Waldenhof, what it will do is just burn the city. That's maybe okay. Like, honestly, I don't know that I care about that. Okay, so every lord, yeah, this has been a single turn. Oh, hey, this guy's actually done with his move. He made it. That's Eastern Oblast. And we have another quest battle. I really wish that cursoring around here didn't just blow up the text. Okay, here we go. As the throng marches north, Ungrim finds his step matching itself to an ever more insistent rhythm. What began as the faintest flutter has now swelled into a pulsing cadence that drives him on. As the Slayer King crests a ridge near High Pass, a crashing discordancy rises within the symphony, yet still aligns itself with the overall construction. Climbing to the summit of the pass is a great ruinous host, marching beneath the dread banner of a mighty Lord of Chaos. Ungrim's gaze falls upon the Chaos Lord, his adversary's head snaps up, and their eyes lock. The symphony rises to a crescendo, and Ungrim's axe pulses in his hands as he screams his battle cry. Yo, Ungrim's crazy! This dude is legitimately hearing things. So we got a big Chaos army coming up. Chaos warriors with great weapons, armor-piercing, high armor, actually very dangerous melee combatants. Chaos marauders, who are, honestly, more like orcs than anything else. These are basically just orc boys with great weapons. They got some Chaos Chariots, I'm a little worried about that. Some Chaos Knights, I'm a little worried about that. Anti-infantry. Marauder Horsemen, not really that dangerous. They're fast-moving, and they throw javelins. But, as you can see there, their missile damage isn't super high, and they don't really have a lot of armor-piercing. They will be a danger to our Slayers. And finally, some Chaos Spawn. Unbreakable anti-infantry damage dealers. Only 10 armor. But because they won't run, they will be taking pieces out of us to the very end. And led by a Chaos Lord, a melee expert on horseback, this is actually kind of a scary battle. Now granted, the reward is a very large and impressive axe, but I think we probably will hold off on this until after Black Crag has been figured out. So where exactly... Khazid Bordkarag. Okay. That is a dwarven name if I've ever heard one. These are the mountains, I think, that the dwarves are in. Let's... Giant Home. Okay, so it's around here. Well, that's the direction we're going in. We gotta try to make contact with Krakadrak for another one of our legendary weapon quests. Alright. We might be able to do one more turn here. Was that all the first turn since I started the video? I guess we had a lot of important stuff happen. Also, I took a very long time fighting Iron Rock. The Greenskins have confederated the Bloody Spears. Now all of that territory belongs to just one faction. That's actually kind of bad for us. The two of them being divided in both economy and purpose was serving us pretty well. Now it's all just one big mass of greenskins that really, really, really hate us. So I don't have a great long-term strategy down here. We're going to take Black Crag, and then we'll construct a plan from there. Once we've taken Black Crag, we can start thinking about this Chaos battle. It might be a good idea for us to fix Ungrim's army before we do that. Probably want to replace all of the warriors with the Longbeards, Sorry, replace some of the warriors with longbeards and some of them with slayers. Probably some giant slayers, actually, because that Chaos Army definitely has some large units in it. We haven't really gotten to see the giant slayers in action too much, because that first unit that we had of them was killed very, very early. Alright, let's grab Carrick Dromar. I want to see what this thing is. Oh yeah, we've been researching that tech for like 3 videos, I think. So this isn't awesome, but I do love just 5% more money. We're making a lot of money. I assume that this Obsidian Quarries bonus will not apply to the Obsidian Mine at Iron Rock. It probably only applies to the building that is called Obsidian Quarries. I think we're just going to keep heading for Grungni's Blessing, right? Construction time down, here recruit rank up. This other stuff is all okay. I like faction-wide untainted. That's pretty good. But yeah, I think we're just gonna continue pushing toward money. We haven't taken any techs at all that are relevant to our military. Well, I mean, I'm sure our military likes to have, you know, backup and stuff. Really, we can't make this turn. It is crazy how slow movement is through this pass.
Ready to do the guild's bidding.
He could join up, but then the fact that he is not full on movement will reduce the movement of the army.
Throne bearers, let's march.
Oh, this area has high vampiric attrition. Of course it does. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't believe that we suffer attrition when we are moving through the underway. Yeah, immune to attrition. So we'll just move right up on this place.
Onward.
Alright, there are 2 stacks coming together here at Grenstadt. Nashrak, who probably remembers the thing we did to him last time we met. He might have some feelings about it. Can we... hold on. Oh, we've formally met Krakadrak now. They don't really hate goblins the way all the other dwarf tribes do, so that's going to make making friends with them a little complicated. They do like Kislev, though. We have trade available with anybody? No, we still gotta do some work on that. What was I looking for here, though? I was looking for greenskins. They are at war with the vampires. And another unit of vampires. Some of the... wow, they're at war with a lot of people. Okay, mostly what I was curious about is whether or not they were at war with the Von Karsteins. Oh, wait, they're at war with the Von Karsteins, not with the main Vampire Counts faction. They're at war with the guys that have the black dragon on the red shield, not the red dragon on the black shield. So, this army's not going to be concerned about Schwarzhofen. They might actually come straight to Carrick Dromar.
My anger burns bright.
That could be bad for us.
I am the Slayer King.
It looks like we won't be able to make the move on Black Crag if we don't, if we stay on our side of the line and wait for another turn of replenishment. So I'm just gonna go for it. We are going to leave Iron Crag undefended.
Heading out.
We're going to just push these 2 armies forward, and we're going to get this thing next turn. Probably not spending... wow, I've actually made a huge amount of money, though, haven't I? It's probably a good idea for us to build a refectory. Oh, but I want to save population for upgrading Iron Rock. That's right. I was going to build a growth building here. That's almost doubling our growth rate. Just really, really desperately need that. Okay, so we don't want to do it here. We're definitely saving population to upgrade Karaza Karak here, and it's coming along. It's an extra 100 gold per turn. What about this? We can move our growth rate up from 118 to 126. That's a lot less important. I think we'll probably just hold off on this. We can upgrade population here. Don't want to do that. So this guy has made contact with Krakadrak. We now know where they are. We can talk to them, which means he can actually just start heading west, right? Where does he have to get for that other quest? Weismund. Jesus. Alright, man, well. Get running. He's going to reveal a lot of the map for us. This will be useful. If I had taken Essen, I think I could trade with Nordland at this point. I'm really hoping that Nordland will come forward and take Essen for us. I don't want to have any part in it. You just shout Scrund? What does that even mean? Grumbrindle, what are you talking about, man? We could bring some stuff in from the global recruitment pool, and maybe we should. As much as I do want to take it easy on our gold. We should probably just get a couple units of warriors. Like, yeah, we'll just recruit 3 units of warriors. He needs the buff. We need extra military presence here, both to put down the rebellion and to slow the rate of unhappiness growth. And Carrick Cadron will be finished next turn, so it's going to be a little bit slower than I would like on the building the developments in Carrick Cadron, but I think we've mostly made moves that make sense here. I really want to get the Dragonfire Pass settlement before we end the episode. But some stuff might happen here. Oh, Gorbird's Backbiter. That dude's still alive. Great. Oh, Azhag the Slaughterer. That's the other big orc legendary lord. That army is too small to take the Pillars of Grungni by itself. Also, it has apparently infinite movement. Yeah, alright, this, we're gonna have to send an army back to the north. We need some other forces to help us out with this. There's just too many greenskins. They are everywhere, man. The vampire counts are now showing us slightly more powerful than we are again, which makes me nervous. Obviously, they have other problems, but if they show back up over here with like 3 stacks or something, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, so they have a stack here, this which is building. They have Azhag and another army, both of which look to be at like 13-ish units at Varenka Hills. They have another army running deep into our territory over here. They have a lot of money. Like a lot of money. And then there's these guys. I don't know what their deal is, but they seem to be ignoring us, and I am fine with that. At some point, the vampires... I'm assuming that their other war must not be going super well, right? So at some point, they may sue for peace. And if they offer it, I think we take it. Because we kind of need to redevote all of our armies to the south. For a little while, at least. Alright, we are going to do this Black Crag thing, but obviously not this episode. Nice to have that armor buff, though. We have range? Okay. The Battle of Black Crag can be the start of the next one. Carrick Dromar still has a tiny little garrison that is, yeah, extremely takeable.
Retake the realms.
I'm a little concerned that if I put him in this army, it may lower the army's movement by just enough to make us not able to attack the settlement. But if he gets into the army, he's going to give it 20% more movement. I assume his movement doesn't benefit from the 20%, so probably once he gets in the army, he'll effectively have more. This is probably fine, and we do want him.
Get these cannons moving! Good. Grimnir's axe first.
Okay, yeah, we're good. Let's do this. This is how we're going to end the episode.
War on them.
Oh, I don't need to do it manually. Okay, that's fine. 49 dead. That was actually a pretty good outcome. Wow, we could get a lot of money by sacking this place. The thing is, if I do this loot and occupy, we can immediately turn a bunch of the money into buildings in Carrick Cadron, because the upgrade completed. I'm gonna do it. Okay, Thorgrim has become a good attacker. We now own Jufbar, which is important for a number of reasons. We can get that repair going, and let's have a quick look at the building browser. What is special here? What's special here is Bugman's Brewery. It gives us a ton of dwarf beer, a ton of public order, extra recruit rank, upkeep costs, yeah, a bunch of buffs to rangers, lots and lots of buffs to rangers. And also provides a little bit of an extra garrison, so this areas easier to hold. I thought for sure the special building here was going to be related to Dragonfire Pass, but maybe the reason that Dragonfire Pass is so important is that that's where the good brewery is, because that does kind of fit with how dwarves experience the world. So it seems crazy to me that there's a refectory here, but not the good brewery. We need a growth building. Okay, hold on. Let's put up a growth building. We need to get Carrick-Dromar to the next level. And then we need to upgrade Jufbar quickly. Like, this is a region that is going to be hard to hold, and we need to actually put up walls everywhere and stuff. Okay, what was I doing with you? You were running up here, yeah. Casualty replenishment rate. Super important, actually. As you've seen, the stuff we can do with Ungrim's army, we can only do because our replenishment rate is so high. We definitely want at least one of the northern armies to function that same way. And actually, Grombrindal's army can't, because his skills are all weird. Okay, so that's done, and I think... you know what? We probably have to start constructing walls at Oakenhammer, though. Every little bit helps. This will add 6 units to the garrison. Yeah, we gotta do that. But, hold on. Over in Carrick-Cadron, we have some important stuff to do as well. If we upgrade this building, we'll get to build gyrocopters, but that's it. Iron Drakes with Trollhammer torpedoes? Torpedo infantry launcher. Dude, we need an engineer's guild hall, like an engineer's workshop. Sorry, those torpedo guys require a building called Engineer's Guild Hall? Okay, so that's probably the upgraded version of that. Yeah, alright. Well, I think we should build this first. Okay, and that's all of our money. So we can't build the walls we want to build in Oakenhammer. Listen, we'll make some money at the beginning of the next video off of attacking Black Crag, hopefully, fingers crossed, and that's how we'll build the rest of this stuff. So I think that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this particularly bloody episode. Come back next time. Hopefully we'll get to, like, fiddle with our economy a little bit more, and then we're going to have to fight 10,000 orcs. And we'll see you then.